You doing here, this man? What are
Mike,
you doing here?
are you hearing me? I'm not here to laugh with you, guy.
What's going on?
I'm
I'm
not here to
here.
laugh with
What
you, guy. Your reinforcement is as confusing as the topic.
I'm not with you at all. I don't know. It's an insult to me. It's an insult to me that you think I'm here to laugh with you. It's an insult, but I forgive you. Please
Your
go
your,
on.
your reinforcement has even further confused us the more. It's as confusing as the topic. What's going on? It looks like anything they bring, you are against Christian. That is just the thing. Well, even the things you understand, you will just find a way to dramatize it and change it to something that is not. Is that what you are doing, Mike? Mike,
That's what you feel, bro. That's what you feel, bro.
that,
It's not what I'm
that's
doing.
what it looks
I'm
like.
just calling
That's
it.
what it looks like.
I'm
Are you
just
saying you don't
it
understand? Are you
is.
saying you
Unless
don't
you're trying to
understand?
say that the Christian.
Go ahead. Are you there? Your network was not bad when you were running your mouth and castigating the Christians. Now to answer question, your network can't do.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
So what are you saying? Are you
It's
saying?
fine now. It's fine now. Don't insult me, please. It's fine. It's fine
All
now.
right,
It's
all right.
fine
Did
now.
you hear what I said?
You are asking why it's like I'm just against the Christians every
Yes,
time or
yes. Are
something
you
like
saying?
that.
Are you were once a Christian, isn't it? Former Christian.
Ex-Christian, yes.
What took you so long, man? Are you still considering? Are you still a Christian? Are you disguising?
Is ex-Christian. Can we move on? Can we move on with this
Okay. When you
engagement,
were a
please?
Christian, did you
I'm
understand?
already getting provoked.
You can get provoked all you like. I still have about 13 minutes. This is Faith Unfiltered. Provocation is allowed.
No problem. Do your worst. Do your
When you
worst. Do your
were,
worst, bro.
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing now. When you were a Christian, did you understand the creation story?
Yes, I understood the creation story.
How did you understand it? What did you understand it to be?
It's surely, it's surely some number one. It has to start with that. It's surely not. It's surely not literal. It's surely a made-up story. You know.
When you were a
Yes.
Christian, when you were a
And
Christian,
then
when you were a
it's
Christian,
just
you
an
saw it.
theology.
Wait. When you were a Christian, you saw it as a made-up story. Is that what you're saying? I said, when you were a Christian, how did you understand it? It's not. You're speaking from the mind of.
They were when I was a Christian. When I was a Christian, I knew there was something wrong with it, and I knew that you can't have talking snakes. I knew that
At what point?
many other things didn't just make some sense.
At what point did you start to have this knowledge? You could. I mean, I was a Christian too. There was
I
no
can't
all
tell
the
you.
times I was. Yeah, I
By
never
point,
thought of.
brother,
Yeah.
by point. Brother, by point, do you mean I should tell you the exact date, time, location, and second or what? What do you mean, please?
Like around how many years into your Christian? There was a time you swallowed it for what it is, isn't it? For what is written there.
Yes, there was a time I swallowed it, but I didn't swallow it hopefully. I
So there
swallowed
was
it
never a
in,
time. So there was never a time
I
you
swallowed it.
So there was never a time you swallowed everything in there, hopefully.
No. There was never a time.
So
There was never a
all
time.
through your Christian life, you were doubting the Bible. You were doubting the things in the Bible.
Doubting it as things that actually did happen, as they were said, yes.
Wow. Did your parents know that?
Why are you going into what my parents know or not know? Oh, so objection, please.
I wanted to know. I wanted to know how you were a Christian then and you still doubted it. So did you understand the creation story from the angle of the Bible?
Yes. From the angle of the Bible.
What was
Yes,
what was being created? Is it this earth or the entire creation of everything, say angels and every other thing in between?
I'm sorry, this is the problem. What do you mean by creation in this case, please?
The creation of earth.
What do you mean by creation in this case? You mean just bringing something from nowhere?
Yes,
or
yes,
what?
yes, and then making things to be something that wasn't there, and then
Nah, bro.
yeah, that's
Nah,
what
bro.
that's
Nah,
what
bro. That's not
that's what
what.
the Genesis story is.
That's what you say it is. That's what you
No, no, no,
say
that's
it
what the
is.
Bible says it is now. The creation of the earth now.
No, 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 no.
Uh-uh.
The Bible says when God began, when God began
In the
to
beginning.
create, yeah, when God began to create, the earth was without form and void, and darkness hovered over the waters, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. You know,
So you are,
I mean, darkness was upon the water,
so
hovered.
are you
Yes.
saying
So
all
what I'm now saying is,
those
you
things
now going to
existed?
bring yes.
Before he then started creating.
Yes. So you now need to we now need to understand, what do you now mean by create in this sense now? What does it
So
now
so
mean?
so
What
so,
does it, the person that said create, what did they mean by what
so
they
what you are
said?
saying is that in this is creation, the earth, there was already water, there were already a lot of things.
They
Maybe
were
we just
already
start.
material, they were things. There were things there, yes. There were things there,
So
yes.
you are suggesting that the things he started creating was man and then animals or plants and all those things.
Other things that came after as a result of what was already there, yes.
So he didn't start the creation. He didn't start creating everything on the earth.
Nah, 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 nah.
So
Nah.
you are suggesting that there's a likelihood that
According
he didn't.
according to the Bible.
If,
According to the
yeah,
Bible, according to the Bible, nah, nah.
well, so from your understanding, you are saying there's a likelihood that he only created man and animals and plants on top of earth, already existing
Yeah,
earth.
yeah. Yeah, they were derivatives. They were derivatives of things that were already existing.
So
So first there were
darkness
things that were
already
existing.
existed. Darkness already existed, right? Because the earth was covered in darkness. So he created light.
Formlessness, yes, formlessness already existed too. The ability for something to be formless already
I mean, the
existed.
Bible just doesn't have the details of all of that. I think maybe the whole doctrine sort of align with this thing you are saying in a way, because God actually came from somewhere on earth and then started
Yeah,
creating,
yeah, yeah.
and then
So he
started
already had
creating.
something to work with. Yes, he already has something to work with. He didn't just have nothing. The having nothing and just bringing out something is an invention. It's something that is read into creation, but it's not actually there. It's not what the book is talking about. It's not how the story puts it or intended to put it. You know.
Yes, I get that. But the thing there is that if the Christians or believer, if they argue that God is the source of everything, right? Maybe you don't have that
That
information.
is a philosophical. That is a philosophical. They are brought in philosophy into it. They don't just know it. It's not theology. It's not the Christian theology.
Yeah, yeah. Theology and philosophy, they go hand in hand now. They go hand in hand.
Yes, but I agree. I agree. But then, and there are some parts where you will now bring in some level of now, like something that is alien to to a particular theology, that is from a different philosophical framework, and then you now start using it to interpret it, use that lens to interpret what wasn't even there in a particular theology, just for it to make sense in one way or the other, like rebrand it.
So that it can. What if it logically follows, as they always say?
And well, a lot of things logically follow. The question is, are they true to whatever the person who had in mind was trying to explain to you? What you now have to tell me is, you now have to make a case for the writer of Genesis, knowing at the time of writing Genesis that God was the source of everything. He had that in mind. You have to make a case like that.
Oh, that means you are taking the side of you understand the side of striving. But then that Genesis, the writer is Moses. It is accredited to Moses, which I would still like to know. What if the
And the
Muslims
writer is not.
is
The
Moses?
writer is not Moses, bro. The
Well,
writer is not Moses, bro.
according to the
It's not
Bible,
Moses, bro. It's not Moses.
that's not where we are going. That's
You
not where
just.
we are going.
All right, no problem. I
No,
wanted to
that's
go
not
there
where we
with
are
you.
going.
I wanted to go there with you.
Moses wrote it as far as
No
the
problem.
Bible, as far as the Christians are concerned. How about if
And those are the Christians. That's fine.
I know, but Moses wrote it. How about if the
He
Muslims
did it. He
now?
did it.
Yes, if the Muslims now, they also take Moses, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
If striving, I
Hey,
don't
that's
know.
fine.
That
If
this
they
question
take
would have
him, it
been
doesn't mean that it equals to that Moses wrote.
it would have been for striving. I would have known. I would have asked, because they take the Torah too, and those first five books has Moses wrote them according to the
As
Bible.
what? That man. That would be the
And
question.
they take Moses and they
That
take
would be the
Moses.
question now. As what?
Moses is a prophet for them as well, and they take the Torah.
Yeah.
Okay. Striving say they don't take the.
I don't
first
know about
five.
that, sir.
Okay, striving say they don't take it. He say they don't take it. So you are striving. You are concluding that God didn't. The Christian God, He wasn't the one that created the surface for which He now created things upon. Those things existed. Then He just came there and started
It is
And
when.
you are saying
Yes,
that's what
exactly.
Genesis is saying.
They are reading creation ex nihilo into it. It's more of when God began, and this thing is based on the issues with the translation and the interpretation too.
Okay. What if other books? Maybe there are other books that weren't canonized and they have details of how the earth, everything came to be. What if they had one?
And well, that's totally fine, but we're speaking of Genesis now, right?
Yes.
If they have a different thing, then we have to now look at things from the lens of those things themselves as they are. We are talking about Genesis now, and we just have to accept Genesis for what it is too.
So as far as you are concerned, Genesis is not. It didn't paint the picture well.
Of course, they didn't. Of course, there are a lot of limitations with the depiction of the creation story. Number one, it's not to be taken as literal. It was just a story that was made up by the people who wrote it.
Well,
as an etiology for how things came.
No, it was literal.
Yeah, at the time they were.
Yeah. It's a mixture of both. It's literal somehow, and it's also metaphorical. Some of this event in itself, but it has to be literal. Otherwise, are you saying Adam, from which you came as a man, human being started? Are you saying that was metaphorical? Otherwise, how are we then here literally?
Of course. Of course. They had no idea what they were talking about. It was a story.
Yeah. It couldn't have been metaphorical. Otherwise,
however we came about. Not that that's actually how we came about.
But where is now metaphor? Where you can then be adding a bit of metaphorical to it is like maybe the location of the Garden of Eden, maybe the tree of good and evil. All of those things, whether they still exist till now, whether the Garden of Eden still exists till now, I don't think so. And you can say maybe that was metaphorical or symbolic, as they call it.
Dark man, do you know the story of the tortoise? Do you know the story of the tortoise? Do you know the story of the tortoise and the hare? Dark man, do you know the story of the tortoise and the hare?
No. There are many stories of the tortoise.
And do you know the story behind how? Yeah, do you know the story of the tortoise? How the tortoise had all these marks in the back, in the back of the shell.
It's tortoise I'm dead. I know for that story.
Okay, that's fine. And you know that according to the story, the tortoise fell and broke the initial shell, and then it now tried to pieces it back. That's why you see all those cracks. Is that true? Did the
That's
person
a,
that brought that story up think it was something that was like literally happened? No,
that's a fable. That's a fairy tale. A story we tell. Tales by moonlight.
Of course it is, and that is the way Genesis was. That's exactly the
All
way
right.
Genesis was. Just like an etiology for that.
All right. That's fine. Thank you very much.